Hi everyone, and welcome to our coronavirus reflection time. This has been a challenging time for all of us, hasn't it? You know, the change hasn't stopped, it hasn't plateaued, it's been constant. And of course, some say hindsight is 2020. But what we're trying to do here together is actually not just look through our experience, but through the lens of the gospel. Now, why do we need to do that as a church family? Well, because some of the challenges we face together. It's a problem we all have, and some of the challenges we face individually, we need each other's support. So this really is a challenge for all of us to grow spiritually through a difficult season. So hopefully, as we look at some of these thoughts, we want to come out of lockdown, reflecting and hopefully rejoicing as well of how we have endured and to be resetting our hearts with hope.
Alan, can you come, please?
Hi everyone! What's Alan doing here? Reflections during the coronavirus season. Oh, I've got a reflection for you. Shorter sermons, mate. Good on ya. Oh wait, he's not talking about that. Gospel reflections during this coronavirus season. Oh, he's got 4 of them for us. Well, why don't I go through them with you? The first one is peanut butter and Nutella. Oh, wait, he means we were made to go together like peanut butter and Nutella. Well, I guess it reminds us that we are created as physical and relational beings. And we need to remember the necessity and beauty of being able to come together as people. What's the second lesson here? It is, a thermometer. It reminds us when we are sick, and the world is sick with sin. Ultimately, this is what's wrong with the world, and we are in desperate need of the hope of the risen Jesus. Oh, yes, that's true too. Okay, what else is here? A rock. It reminds us that Jesus is building his church on the rock of the gospel. Has everyone been serving one another in this time? I think so. I've heard about the training and the follow-up and the discipleship. What a wonderful time to remember that Jesus uses all of us. Oh, and what's the last thing? The last thing is a clock. It reminds us that we are not waiting to go back to the things we were before, but waiting for Jesus to come back. That's what we're waiting for. Oh, Alan's coming back. Alan's coming back.
Oh my goodness, Waffles. Have you been here the whole time? Were you sharing our 4 coronavirus reflections with everyone?
Yeah, Alan, I was just getting to the good bit. What do we do?
Well, yes, of course we're meant to do something with it. I've got 3 suggestions for us, actually. And the first one is to rest and reflect. If this has been a tiring time for you, we want to be spiritually well-rested and recharged. So we want to be thinking about what sort of things do that for us. Maybe we shouldn't go nuts with socially re-engaging and all sorts of things. We want to take responsibility and initiative for how we're going spiritually and to look into God's word, look into what God's doing in our life.
Okay, so don't get my eyebrows done yet and spend more time thinking about where I am spiritually.
Well, that brings us to the second thing, which is to reset. Like you said, Waffles, we're not going back to an old normal. We're going into a new way of doing things, probably. So it's a good time to be asking fundamental questions again, like, why do I go to church in the first place? Or maybe, what have I learned about my relationship with God? Or even, how can I be challenging myself to be serving in this coming season?
I'm going to get ready and warmed up for coming back together. But in the meantime, keep in touch with one another, keep praying.
Yep, well that brings us to the last bit, doesn't it? Which is that we are regrouping and getting ready to relaunch. We're coming back together, we're going to warm up our muscles and kind of get used to church again, because some of us might feel like we haven't been to church in a while, so we want to be able to work out the kinks of what it means to be in each other's lives again, to be coming back together, supporting one another, speaking God's word in one another's life. So maybe you and me, Waffles, and along with everyone else, we can be prayerfully considering what we and our families could be doing in this coming time. So hopefully these reflections and these calls to action helps us think about how we can move forward as individuals and as a church family together.